What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BAGF News. I'm your host, Griffin, and I'm here with my co-host, Javon, and we're here with Indira, one of the curators of the Spike Lee exhibit.
Straight from Brooklyn, better known as Brooklyn.
Never taking shorts because Brooklyn's the borough.
And today, I would just like to ask you, what inspired the Spike Lee exhibit? You can tell us.
Sure, absolutely. So, I mean, you can't think of Spike Lee without thinking of Brooklyn. So it felt like the place to do this show. I think people know Spike as a filmmaker, as a producer, as a cultural icon. They don't know him as a collector, and he is an avid collector. His workplace, 40 Acres and a Mule, is filled with so many of the objects that you see in the show. So between those and the works in his house, people don't really get to see them all that much. This is really the first time it's publicly accessible. And I think that was really why he approached us with this opportunity to make the works that mean so much to him personally and that inspire his work accessible to the community that he loves.
Well, and thank you for that amazing answer. The second question is, what cultural impact has Spike Lee had through his films?
More than I am qualified to answer, but just off the top of my head, you know, filmmaking as it exists today would not be what it is without Spike Lee. You know, when he came onto the scene back in 1986, there weren't movies like the ones he was making, you know, and I think such a huge part of the impact he's been able to make is he's also documenting histories that other filmmakers just aren't paying that much attention to. You know, so much about what's in the show, it's a love of Black history and culture. It's an understanding of the nuances of the politics in this country, a love of music, you know, sports history, things that you don't really learn in school, you know, but you might learn it in a Spike Lee movie.
And last question, do you have a favorite Spike Lee movie?
That's such a hard question. Can I say two? So I think my favorite feature film of his has to be Crooklyn. You know, I will admit I grew up in Queens, but there's something about that particular movie. It just captures what it feels like growing up in one of these neighborhoods. I think I also have to shout out his documentary work, For Little Girls. It's such a powerful work, again, about one of those parts of history that you don't really learn about widely, and I think it's an important one, definitely.
I love those answers. Thank you for your time.